it go. 내 불빛은 never cold. Light it up, no turning back. 세상 내 무대 track. 숨길 수 없어 내 vibe, so really energy you gonna feel. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. 이 무대 위, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 na. Yeah, na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. 늦지 않아.
It is the first visit of the All-Filipino Conference to the south of Manila, and we love that you've come out to support the PVL here at the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex. Eliza Valdez, 6 points, came off the bench for the Cool Smashers in a loss that snapped their 5-game winning streak. Meantime, Cesc Molina, one of 4 players in double digits, but what a game for her. 17 points, 13 receptions, and 13 digs in the first 5-set win of the Foxies this conference. This is the second of your doubleheader. It is the Farm Fresh Foxies right now looking to climb up the standings as they take on the 3-time All-Filipino Conference champions, the Cool Smashers. Hi everybody, thanks for watching us. Pilipinas Live, One Sports, One Sports Plus. Eric Tepan alongside Andrew Muñacanga and Lexi Rodriguez. I hope this is not the last time we come here. How was the drive to the south, ladies?
It's a long drive going to the south. I'm from the south.
But for sure, with the kind of reception we're getting, we might come back. I'm praying. I'm unabashedly from Laguna, so I don't mind. I love it here. And there's the crowd as well, by the reaction, definitely. Love the fans are coming to watch these two teams play. A few more games remaining in the elimination round, and we'll take a look at the team standings because this is a must-win, especially for the Foxies who are outside of the top 4 looking in.
Well, we know that for CREAMLINE, their 5-game win streak was snapped at the hands of Akari, but they are still ranked number 3 at this point. They need to win today to lock up a spot in the top 4. Meanwhile, for Farm Fresh Foxies, they're currently ranked number 6, and they need to get this win today as well, and hope for the best in terms of the turnout of the remaining games of the other teams so that they could still make it also into the Final 4.
It's a long shot for the Foxies because only the top 4 move to the qualifying, but just because you make it to the top 4 doesn't mean you're in. They will play one match and then the loser falls back to the play-in. That's a little complicated. We'll explain that to you further as we move along in the season. But Lexi, these Foxies, they're coming from a hectic 3-5 setters, and what a match it was, the last one.
Well, definitely, Eric and Ann. One thing that they really focused on was rehab and recovery. You take a look at the standings, you take a look at the stat sheet, and one thing that's very evident with these Foxes is that every player is really contributing up to their A game. And which brings us to one of the players who won't be seeing action today is actually Jelena De La Cruz, because she got a minor hand injury from their last game against the Chocomusha Flying Titans. But that doesn't stop the Foxies, and that doesn't stop Coach Koji into really bringing in their A game for this match, because it's a crucial match for them because they really need to secure. Which brings us to the question is, how will the Foxies make this work? Because as you mentioned, Eric, they've had a hectic past 3 games, back to back 5-setter matches, and there's players who will be ready to step up, and that rehab and recovery, that will definitely bring up what they can show and what more they can give.
That's right. That's 3 of the 4 5-setters that the Foxies have played in the All-Filipino Conference.
Yeah, but I think at least we know that they can really pull up these stretch matches. Not all will go their way, but we know that in terms of endurance, they have it.
And one of the most, really tough players in the lineup of the Foxies is Trisha Tubu. What a season she's having. She had a 30-point game, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last match that she's going to go score 30 or more.
Well, she is the most productive opposite hitter right now in this conference, not just for the Foxies. Number one spiker at this point, and that comes as no surprise. She is the big reason why they are still in contention. That's why they are performing well. And I think today it will be all about her. Eager to see how she will match up against this CREAMLINE squad.
She had 22 points, including 6 blocks in that 5-setter against the Flying Titans. So she may not be contributing a whole lot in points in some games, but defensively, she is a big anchor for the Foxies.
Oh, definitely. I think, in terms of being an overall player, she really has it. She was named 4 times, actually, best opposite spiker. So we know that the skills really won't be a question.
Meantime, let's jump on over to the Cool Smashers. Bernadette Pons, only 1 game she didn't score in double digits. That was the last game, the 4-set loss against Akari. But she has been solid. You see her in street clothes, so that's going to be obviously a huge clue as to how she will be part of the lineup today. Just a cheerleader.
Well, she's had such a strong comeback after her beach volleyball stint. And again, I think it's very fitting to say MVP because that's what she's building on in terms of performance at this point. But like what you have mentioned, she's not suited up today. So while she has carried a lot of load for CREAMLINE, it will also be a big question in terms of how the rest of the squad will step up and play in today's match.
Yeah.
Well, what's been the game plan, Lexi, for CREAMLINE coming into today?
Well, it's good that you mentioned that, Pons is not playing today because we also won't be seeing action from Gemma Galanza because these two players are also suffering from a minor injury, but it's nothing to be stressed about because it's just doctor's advice that they get to rest today, and hopefully it's not something that would really hinder them from playing for the rest of the conference. Which also brings me to another update because we won't be seeing Coach Sherwin Meneses, the head coach for today, but there's Coach Carlos Santos who will be stepping in as the acting head coach because, I did ask them, how do you make it work? What will you do when you don't have your top 2 players and, your head coach? And some of the Cool Smashers, it's their first time really experiencing with no Coach Sherwin today. So I did ask them, how do you make it work? And which brings us to the same answer that it's in her hands. It's in Gia de Guzman's hands at this point because as a seasoned setter who's also just coming back from your international stints, it's just like as if she never left.
Yeah.
And a fun fact, the last time that the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers had more than 1 loss in the preliminary rounds was back in 2018 in the Open Conference, which brings us to the conclusion that CREAMLINE is also still adjusting at this moment.
That's right.
Well,
And another fun fact from our producer, Josh G. Cool Smashers, they have lost their 2 meetings here in 2024. The last time they won here in Santa Rosa, as you look at the numbers of Gia, was in 2022. So for the Cool Smashers fans, that's a fun trivia for you.
well, a lot of questions, a lot of maybe who will play, who will step up at this moment. But the real question is, especially to our PVL fans who are watching on the Filipinas Live app, we do have an exclusive poll question of the day for you. And that question is, which top attacking squad will fire in more attacks? Well, is it the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers or the Farm Fresh Foxies? You have lots of choices because we'll see a lot of players stepping up and really see and bring in their A game because it's now or never that they really get to solidify their position here. And you can also join in the conversation using the hashtag PVL2026.
All right, the Foxies, they are looking to start a winning streak. Is it going to be a 5-setter again? They go up against the Cool Smashers who want to get back on the winning track. Set number 1 is coming up, but before that, we have Jolina De La Cruz, Micah La Rosa in a feature called What's the Sitch? Watch this.
Oh! Gusto ko tong question na to. Oh, di ba? Switch. Wala akong tatawagan. Hindi mo to mahuhulaan. Sigurado ka? Sigurado na ako. Hi, I'm Jolina De La Cruz. I am Micah La Rosa. And this is What's the Sitch? Who from the team would make the best courtside reporter? Ako, kilala ko. Hindi mo ito mahuhulaan. Mahuhulaan ko yan. Mayabang ako, so si Pierre or ako. Yeah! Sa Ate Jolas, grabe yung confidence and ang dami talagang chismis na alam. Chika, ganon. Hoy, baka hindi pa na-chismosa ako. Hindi. Magaling na siya talaga mag-convey. This is Jolina De La Cruz. Back to you, Boo. Who from the team would you call if you were having a bad day? Okay. Okay, madali lang to. Wala akong tatawagan.
Dali na, kaya parang
Okay.
kilala ko tapos. Feel ko yung tatawagan ni Ate Jol, si Lorin. Kasi sobrang close nila and parang feel ko siya yung first teammate na naging ka-close ni Ate Jol pagkapasok na dito sa team. Marami na din silang pinagsamahan.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah,
Yeah!
normally,
Taling ng pangalan mo patawan.
Lorin, di ba?
Nag-enjoy ako dito. Mas maganda to.
Who would you trust to score the game-winning point?
Feeling ka maula mo.
Si Ate Ces. Ate Ces.
Okay, tama.
Ate Ces
Si
talaga.
Ate Ces Molina.
Yes, sobrang talino mo talaga.
Magaling talaga si Ate Ces.
For game-winning point.
Ito naman si Ate Ces. Sorry, Mike.
Okay
Sino ba
lang.
yun? Last na yun?
Sino yun?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the city of Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex in the province of Laguna. This is match number 40 of the 2026 Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. It is the preliminary round matchup between the Farm Fresh Foxies and their opponents, the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Introducing the two national referees officiating this match. Our first referee is Chopper Educado. Second referee, Ryan Vincent Corpus. Let's now meet the starters. First, for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Setter number 1, Alohi Robbins Hardy. Middle blocker number 5, Tess Clemente de Guzman. Outside spiker number 7, Cis Molina. Opposite hitter number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker number 18, Riri Meneses. And outside spiker number 21, Royce Tupino. Starting libero number 4, Pia General. The head coach for Farm Fresh is Koji Tsuzurabara. And now the starters for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Outside spiker number 2, team captain Alyssa Valdez. Middle blocker number 6, Benz Panaga. Opposite hitter number 7, Michelle Gumapao. Setter number 12, Tia De Guzman. Middle blocker number 14, Bea De Leon. And outside spiker number 18, Tots Carlos. Starting libero number 22, Chen Yerba. Coaching CREAMLINE in this game is Coach Carlos Santos. This match is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board It's Fresh versus CREAMLINE. This is the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
For Coach Koji Zurabara, back in the starting lineup, Alohi Robbins Hardy. And after the 14-point output of Royce Tubino, she is also part of the starting lineup. Trisha Tubu coming off a 22-point performance. Meanwhile, for acting head coach Carlo Santos, without Sherwin Meneses, Eliza Valdez in the starting lineup today after coming off the bench in their last game and scoring 6 points. Gumabo also back in the starting lineup, while without hitters Pons and Galanza. Going to be a big game here, especially for the Cool Smashers. If they want to stay in the top 4 with just a handful of games remaining, got to win today and snap out of that loss against the Chargers. Meanwhile, for Farm Fresh Foxies, we talked about it, and they have a shot at making the top 4, but their wins must come now and all the way.
And I think on top of that, they also need to pray that the results for the rest of the teams would be in their favor.
Obviously, a lot of key losses here for Cool Smashers, as Trisha Tubu picking up exactly where she left off with a nice hit down the line from the opposite. Would you say that right now, without some of the familiar names for the Cool Smashers, they are the underdogs in this matchup?
Well, you know, I think in terms of production, yes, could be that. But you know what I think CREAMLINE is really banking on at the moment is the system that they've already built through the years.
And that system getting them a block. Pang Panaga had 2 blocks in their last game, that 4-set loss against the Chargers. Gia de Guzman, 2 points, 16 excellent sets in their last game. Great pass. Molina gets it back and knocks it in this time from the open. So Alohi Robbins Hardy going on both ends of the pin.
Just making sure that they get good distribution early on.
Molina, she may be one of the vets here, but she's still plays the top of her game. Eliza Valdez. It's time from the opposite. Knocks it in.
Really good exchange to start off set number 1.
Team captain Eliza Valdez.
I mean, that's how urgent.
Yeah.
That's how important this win is for both teams.
Tubino. Panaga will set. Goes reverse. And back-to-back points for the Cool Smashers. Tots Carlos is on the board.
Carlos ranked number 6 in terms of the best attackers here in the league.
10 points, including 9 digs for Carlos in the loss against Akari. Another short pass coming from Molina. Tubu. All right now. She is 2 for 2. That's a side out for the Foxies.
Porcento to start off this set. Really going for high percentage attackers, and we speak for both teams.
Good pass by Eliza. And Gumabao, that one outside.
4-3 Farm Fresh.
There's acting head coach Carlos Santos. Meneses coming off her first double-digit game in this All-Filipino conference, scored 10 points, including 2 blocks. Carlos again, kept alive by De Guzman, Des Clemente De Guzman. Gumabao going cross, and it's out again.
Back-to-back attack errors for the Cool Smashers.
That means back-to-back break points here for the Foxies. Go up by 2 points. That floater sails long for Mavic Meneses.
For serving 5.
Ojito Zurabara on your screens. Former head coach of the Angels. Won on a championship with the Angels before moving for 1 year to coach a foreign team and then coming back here. Des Clemente de Guzman with a hit from the pipe. Valdez. Ooh, this is another attack fault, Ann.
3 consecutive attack faults on the part of the Cool Smashers. And you see the effort, though, that they really are avoiding the blockers. They're going for the line, but not in their favor at this point.
Great serve. Gumabaw. Tubu with the dig. Tubino. That's through the fingertips of De Guzman for another Foxy breakpoint.
A lucky one, actually. Not a solid hit from Tubino. But point is a point. Oh. Seemed like it was on its way out.
First ace for the Foxies. And an early timeout. No, a technical timeout. 4-point lead. Foxies against the Cool Smashers. Opening set.
Welcome back, PVL fans. You're still watching because this is the moment that the Farm Fresh Foxies is leading the game against the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. But something about the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, it's been a minute since Liza Valdez has been part of the starting 6. This is one of the few games that she started off as part of the starting 6. She told me that earlier on today, whether or not there's no Gemma, there's no Pons, there's no head coach Sherwin. One thing that the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers is proud of is the family and the culture and the tight-knit bond that they already have. At ito yung pinagkakapitan nila every time that they have a loss, they experience a loss, especially after ending that winning streak against their last game. And that brings us to the question, will they be able to turn things around for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, or will they not? Back to you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thanks, Lexi. That is what the Cool Smashers faithful are wondering as well. The answer to your question, Lexi, can they snap back and get on the winning track here after they won 5 straight? They lost their first game, won 5 straight, and then in came the Chargers.
But, a lot of disadvantages, at least for the changes and for the ad-libs that they're doing right now because of the lineup. They are down, but we're hoping they can recover quickly.
Right now, that recovery needs to happen here in the first set. They're already down by 5. It's just one break point after another. Tubino knocking this one in. Very few side outs here by the Cool Smashers. Their only side outs have been through those service faults of the Foxies.
Actually, most have been off the errors of the Foxies. They have yet to score. They did start off strong. They scored the first 3 points with a block and some attacks, but it has been a challenge.
To be exact, 3 of the 6 points are attack points. The other 3 are given up by the Foxies. Nice block there for the Cool Smashers. Gumabaw with the dig. De Guzman goes to De Leon, and there's a side out. There's an attack point for the Cool Smashers.
It's one thing to score a point, but to be able to really earn it yourself really helps shifting the momentum on your side.
Nice pass coming from Tubino and Molina. De Leon, quick reflexes to keep it alive, but a chance ball here for the black shirts. Alohi Robbins-Hardy back to Molina. Another block. Molina again, the tip. And that save no good for Gumabaw. Great adjustment by Cesc Molina.
11 serving. Serving is Nes Clemente de Guzman.
Such a smart player, Tess Molina. I mean, all those years playing in the PVL and various other leagues, really has sharpened her skills. She may not jump as high, hit as hard, but she still has the shots that count. That's a block against De Leon. Yeah, trickler off the net for Carlos Molina. That one dug by Nierva. De Leon again. Excellent floor defense here by the Foxies as Hardy knocks it in.
Height really an advantage for Hardy.
Tallest setter in the PBL at 6'3". Lead back up to 5 for the Foxies. There's Eliza Valdez. Second point for Valdez. Bea De Leon, 5 points in their last game. Meneses gets it to drop in.
If passing is good, they can definitely activate the middle.
Foxies are a great passing team. 42% reception in that 5-set win against the Flying Titans. De Guzman and Panaga finds herself the recipient of that reverse set by Gia De Guzman.
More movement really needed for the attackers of CREAMLINE. That really worked for them.
Good pass. Molina. That's gone. Cess Molina.
Fireball, Cess Molina.
Ah, what a fireball.
14 serving 9.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan.
I mean, it's
Serving for the Foxies,
dropped
Cess
exactly
Molina.
where the libero was, but just too strong.
Molina with 3 points already. Tubu with 3 as well. Gumabaw. Excellent take by La Rosa. And that one falls in. Excellent save from Trisha Tubu. And Tubu with a block against Gumabaw. From the pipe, thoughts Carlos. Alohi Robbins Hardy digging it up. La Rosa to Tubu. Got it again. Trisha Tubu now with 4.
Tubu into the block. 15 serving 9.
Very smooth and fluid movement from the Foxies. Even if they have to ad-lib, even if they don't get the best sets, they manage it somehow.
Carlos with a short pass to Guzman. Goes to the open. Eliza from the opposite. That was a miss hit. One-handed dig for Hardy. Trisha Tubu. De Guzman goes back to Gumabaw. And that is not Gumabaw's natural position. He's hitting from the open and she gets blocked.
Second technical timeout, 16 for Farmfresh.
Huge lead, 7 points. Biggest for the Foxies. Second technical timeout, opening set. Foxies leading by 7 points in this first set. As you look at some of the cool smashers, Pons we mentioned not playing, injury, Celis, there's Denden, Lazaro Revilla also, she hasn't seen action at all, I believe, in this conference.
Still serving Cess Molina.
Is it that lack of firepower and that right now one of the major factors why the cool smashers are trailing by 7?
You know, I think they are trying, but the Foxies really taking advantage of this rotation, this roster of players.
Trisha Tubu. I mean, she's just pouring it on. She's got 6 points already. And it's a full front line here. As you look at Trisha Tubu, knock it in. The full front line for the Foxies. They are right now in position 2. And then Molina serving so well.
Yeah, there are a couple of things that the Cool Smashers really need to work on at this point, because they haven't been scoring as much in terms of attacks, and you know, they are being challenged on the digging department. And just as we saw, even on the service receive.
Much better pass from Carlos Gumabaw. Another one-handed dig for Alohi Robbins-Hardy. She's making that look easy. De Guzman, underhand pass to Valdez. This one through again, but a great save. And the push all the way to the corner for Alohi Robbins-Hardy. What a run this is for the Foxies.
Timeout, Creamline.
5 break points for the Foxies and a timeout here for Coach Santos. We'll listen in.
Problema, huwag tayo mag-ingat sa atake. Silent follow lang, may coverage. Pero receive, start tayo sa receive.
Taas namin.
Okay, let's go. Hey, one, Creamline!
Passing has been an issue, at least for the last 3 minutes for the Cool Smashers. And they passed pretty well, 42% reception against the Chargers. But right now it feels like less than 20% the way they're passing here against the Foxies. So 5 break points and a side out. That's what the Foxies have scored. Only 1 timeout remaining for the Cool Smashers. A much better pass there. Can they convert and get a side out? Oh, another great save by Alohi Robbins-Hardy. Chance to attack from the pipe. Carlos, there's the side out. Finally, get the fans going inside the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex.
Just what they need. Standing in between the defenders of the Foxies.
Only the 2nd point for Tots Carlos. Valdez, beautiful serve, but a great pass there by Molina. Ooh, this one short for Trisha Tubu. She wanted a cut shot. She saw the opening in zone number 2.
It's a tough to execute.
11 serving 19.
Hopefully this would continue for the Cool Smashers in terms of keeping that momentum.
As you said that, right on cue, Turbino says, let's not allow that to continue.
Well, I think in terms of stats, it is the Cool Smashers that leads in terms of digging and receiving. They are number 2 in terms of digging, number 1 in terms of receiving, but that's something that we don't see at the moment, at least here in set number 1.
Pierre Abellana in the game for the first time. There's a good pass again. They just haven't been able to convert it. De Guzman goes to the open. This is a chance ball. Tubino. De Guzman with the first touch. Nobody picked up the second.
Off the hands of De Guzman.
Tubino with her 4th point. Quick side out. No, check that. That's a break point for the Foxies. Wow. Back to a 10-point lead again.
The Foxies have pretty much controlled this first set.
That's going to be another ace.
Service ace, Pierre Abellana.
I think that is one of the things that the Cool Smashers need to address first. They need to be able to receive.
Last time out for the Cool Smashers. Now we're listening.
Tsagayin lang natin yan. Tsagayin lang natin yan.
Yes.
Patience lang, patience.
Pwede lang dyan kalalala yung konting area. Medyo damihan mo konti yung area mo.
Basta pag nagkaroon ng tsansa, atake, coverage, gano'n lang. Block. Okay? So let's go. Hey, one,
Well, Cool Smashers, 7 excellent receptions out of 20.
They will be needing more than that.
Still serving Pierre Abellana.
Still a long way to go. I mean, we've seen that it is not impossible, to play catch-up in situations like this. But they'll need to be more consistent. They need less errors and need more of that.
Well, the fight attacks have been paying off for the Cool Smashers, but they haven't been able to succeed a lot from the open and from the opposite. Now, Ditch Rodriguez, after that Eliza Valdez point, that's the third one for Valdez. Ditch Rodriguez checks in for the first time today.
Serving Ditch Rodriguez.
Tubino. There's a nice block. The first.
CREAMLINE.
Now check that, the second block for the Cool Smashers in the set.
Serving 22.
Getting tighter blocking will definitely be a big help for the Cool Smashers because they have really been challenged at the floor.
Meantime, a timeout for the Foxies. Let's listen to Coach Chuzurabara.
One catch, 1 point, 1 point.
Well, Coach Chuzurabara obviously does not want to take any chances. He doesn't want the Cool Smashers to get on a run here. Royce Tubino, good start, 4 points after a 14-point performance. Trisha Tubu with 6 already. The main guns, all right now, top locked and ready to rock for the Foxies. Alohi Robbins Hardy reverses from the opposite. And that one dug. And De Leon knocks it in.
De Leon.
3-point run here for the Cool Smashers. And it is really nice to see that they are now scoring from the front as well.
Good pass. Tubino. What a dig. But it goes over. Chance ball for the Foxies. That set a little too high even for Trisha Tubu. Lumabao, single blocker. That dig. Alohi Robbins Hardy. Tubu again. This one through the double block.
Tubu into the block. 23 serving 14.
Tubu now with 7. There's a side out for the Foxies. After 2 break points by the Cool Smashers.
17 team captain
For a
Romero.
3-point run. Romero, Paat checking in for the first time today.
Serving team captain
Romero was a starter
Romero.
in that 5-set win against the Flying Titans. Meanwhile, Paat came off the bench, scored 2 points. Combination play. La Rosa picking it up. The save comes up short.
Tops
for
Carlos
Romero.
off the hand of La Rosa. 15 serving 23.
Things looking brighter here for the Cool Smashers.
Gotta get on a run again. They had a 3-point run earlier. It's good side out here. Only a point given up to the Foxies. Service on the line.
Service ace,
That is-
Michelle Gumabao.
The 3rd point for Gumabao and the first ace for the Cool Smashers.
Serving 23.
That was a tough one to receive.
Short pass. Out of system play. Not a problem for
Royce
Royce Tubino, picking up her
hits the
5th
end
point
line.
already.
Substitution for the Foxies, 21 now,
Substitution
25 Galang
for
in.
the Foxies as Ara Galang checks in. She was a starter against the Flying Titans. Only scored 2 points.
Point serving
It
for the
is
set. Ara
8
Galang.
set points for the Foxies now. And another ace
Service ace,
for the
Ara
Foxies.
Galang.
First point for Ara Galang. 4 aces, and Check that, 5-8 in the first set alone.
That's where we did mention a lot of work has to be done improving the reception of the Cool Smashers.
Foxies only had 2 aces in their 5-set win against the Fly Titans today. 5 already, and they make quick work of the Cool Smashers in a 9-point win, 25-16. "24 minutes and a 25-16 win by the Foxies. The Cool Smashers were barely in it. They got blown out right from the start and they never recovered.
Well, it was a tough start indeed for them. I mean, they were scoring mostly off the errors of the Foxies in that last set. They did have a 3-point run, but it was at the tail end already. The Foxies already at 22. They scored their 12th to 14th point. We thought that they would have a consistent run, but of course, we can't discount the fact that the Foxies really wanted to take that first set win. And, you know, I think if the Cool Smashers would look at the numbers, they really are falling behind in terms of attacks. I mean, they only scored 9 as opposed to the double digits. 16 attack points of the Foxies. One of the bright spots, though, for CREAMLINE in that last set was their blocking. Especially at the tail end with Gumabaw right there at the net. One big problem, however, that they were not able to address, at least in that last set, was their service receiver. I think, you know, they are the #1 receiving team, one of the top receiving teams here, but that actually didn't show in that last set.
They're still at 34% and holding 8 excellent receives out of the 23 attempts. Still doesn't sound good, especially for a team like the Cool Smashers. A lot of veterans, you expect them to pass very well. They're going to have to adjust here in the second set against Trisha Tubu and the Foxies. Right now looking for their 4th win. Ces Molina has been playing great all conference long. And she's off to a good start today. Molina with 4. Gumabaw with 3 points. One of 3 players with 3 points. That's their top score right now.
I think also that explains why in terms of attack efficiency, the Foxies at 44, the Cool Smashers only at 24%. But likewise in the non-scoring skills, like in the digging department, there are only 7 excellent digs for the Cool Smashers, 12 for the Foxies.
A huge disparity right there, because you dig up, you pass more, you get a lot more chances to attack as Tubino misses. So the first point of set number 2 off an attack error by the Foxies. A lot of fans in pink inside the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex. I'm sure they want to be louder. They just can't get loud because right now the Cool Smashers are struggling. Tubino blocked. Tubino sets it up. This one a little too close to the net, but it rolls off Panaga. Wait a minute. They call 2 touches on the Foxies. And Coach Zurabara is confused.
I think he is clarifying who, but
2-0 CREAMLINE.
no contention on that call, just a clarification.
So this is the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers in the match, 2 points. Good pass. Tubino Fox Carlos digs it up, but there's a net touch going to be on Gumabaw, according to second referee Ryan Corpus. So that's the first point to the Foxies, unless the Cool Smashers challenge, then I don't think they will. Riri Meneses, former Golden Spiker from UST. One-handed set from De Guzman. And Panaga knocks in her third point. Let's go to courtside and check in with Lexi Rodriguez.
No room for complacency, Eric and Ann. That's the exact mindset that the Farm Fresh Foxies are coming up against, especially now that they're in the second set. And while they're leading this match, they really need to take advantage of the kind of momentum that they have on their side, especially with one set on their belt. But, something that Trisha Tubu did mention to me, the kind of growth, the kind of journey that she's had all throughout, she's owned the role so far, because that's exactly what Coach Koji really reminded her of. When she's the go-to player, she really needs to own up and step up, because when the others are not really stepping up, she is the go-to player that these Foxies, that the setters are opting for. Back to you, Ann and Eric.
All right, thanks very much, Lexi. She has scored in double digits in all 7 games of the Foxies in the All-Filipino Conference, and they have a couple more games to go. Gumabaw, excellent defense, both up top and on the floor for the Foxies. Trisha Tubu, and there's Valdez with a beautiful dig. Carlos pushes, Tubu with a dig. Tubino, blocked.
Oh.
There is Robbins Hardy for the dig. Tubu again from the back row, this time blocked by Panaga, but Robbins Hardy was there. Tubino, blocked again. Oh, but there's Des Clemente de Guzman. And Robbins Hardy. That's her third attack point today.
I gotta love that exchange. I mean, when coaches will tell you, pumalo ka lang because trust that you have coverage. That was the perfect example of coverage.
And you also like how aggressive Alohi Robbins Hardy is. She has one eye on her court and the other on Cool Smashers court, looking for holes just in case she can get a 1-2 for an easy point.
Really good peripheral vision.
Yep. 3-all. Great serve. That's a little low for Carlos, but she makes do with it.
Carlos,
Carlos, her first point in set number 2. She's got 4.
Cool Smashers, of course, realizing they need to get a strong start here in the second set. Carlos did just the right thing. She only had a single block in front of her.
Villa General with a beautiful pass. Tubino against a double block, goes down the line and misses. That's a third attack fault for Tubino. And back to the biggest lead of the Cool Smashers at 2 points. Tubino tries again, and this time gets it away from Eliza Valdez, who's been digging a lot better here in set number 2. Side out Foxies. Tubino and Tubu with 7 each. Now Tubino with 8 off her first ace.
That was a tough serve to pick up. I don't know how flat that is.
Oh, this one trickles in. Off-system play for the Cool Smashers because De Guzman got the first touch, and there is no block touch on the hit by Tots Carlos.
6-5 Farm Fresh.
So 2 straight break points for the Foxies after the side out. They're up by 1 for the first time in set number 2. Gumabaw blocked. One-handed dig for De Leon. Carlos against a double block. That one popped up by Robbins Hardy. Molina picked up by De Guzman. So Nierba will play setter. Off-system play. This one way outside. And no block touch.
Gumabaw was quick to signal that there was a touch. But they need that point. I mean, they were enjoying the lead earlier, 5-3. until that attack, that service ace, and the back-to-back and that attack error committed on the part of the Cool Smashers. We don't want to give any room for the Foxies here in the second set.
That's close, but not close enough for a touch.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
So
Farfresh
unsuccessful
gets the
challenge.
point. Creamline is
The
one more
Foxies are up by
challenge
2.
remaining in set number
There is
2.
interim head coach,
7
or
serving
acting
fire.
head coach, Carlos Santos. Get well soon to Sherwin Meneses, by the way. And also to the Pons, Bernadette Pons, injured, and Galanza. That's a shame. Galanza's from here too, since she's from San Pedro.
Service
Laguna,
is
so-
The people, it would be a treat, right?
And another
First
ace
technical
here.
timeout, 8 for
Couple of
Farfresh,
aces
5
straight for
Creamline.
Dubino. 9 points already for her, and a 3-point lead for the Foxies. First technical timeout, set 2. Watch Jer Spitalio and Dino Baldo of FEU, the Lady Tamaraos, on the episode 4 of The Bounce Season 3 premieres this Friday, 6 p.m. on the Pilipinas Live app, with catch-up episodes airing on the UAAP Varsity channel. There is Gia Morado de Guzman, formerly from Ateneo, of course. There's Gemma Galanza, formerly from Adamson. Not seeing action today because of a hyperextended knee in that 4-set loss against the Chargers. But she's here. I'll take some photos with the fans perhaps later. Swipe is no good for Gumabao. That's going to be 4 touches against the Cool Smashers, as this run
9
is
serving 5.
now allowing the Foxies to pull away, Anne.
6 consecutive points scored by the Foxies. Out of those 6, there were 3 attack errors committed by the Cool Smashers.
Much better pass from Valdez. Carlos.
Ooh.
Tots Carlos into the block.
Through the block. Do not
6
leave
serving 9.
space in between you and the net. Look at Carlos.
This is now 5 straight points. The biggest run by the Foxies in the first set was 6 straight points. I mean, if you're the Cool Smashers, they're fortunate they were able to cut that off before things got out of hand for them. Valdez with a beautiful dig again. Carlos goes cross. General with a dig. Molina bounces it off the net. De Guzman reverses to the opposite. That one way outside.
Michelle
No,
Gumabao
check that. It's on
from
the
the
line.
back row.
It appeared
7
initially
serving
long, but
9.
Coach Zorobara saying that was in. So here's a good run, good answer by the Cool Smashers. That's a break point for them after the side out. Oh, that is obviously not good for your momentum.
10
It's
serving
gotta
7.
hurt. I think even if it's just a 3-point lead from the
Service.
Foxies, what
Yes,
the
momentum.
Cool Smashers want to be able to maintain is getting that advantage. They don't want to play catch up. We want a more dominant game.
And not by a huge margin. They trailed by as many as 11 points in the first set. Molina rejected. There you go.
That's a block
Quick
point
side out by the
for
Cool
Creamline.
Smashers. No runs for the Foxies.
And
serving
if
10
you
with
can
Tots
challenge there at the net, since there's some difficulties on floor defense, you know, it will be very helpful for the Cool Smashers.
Tots Carlos with a huge exhale before the serve. Overpass.
Oh!
And an easy put away
Bea De Leon
by the
of
5'11
overseas
Bea De
ball.
Leon.
9
So
serving
3
10.
break points already on this serve by Tots Carlos for the Cool Smashers.
Also, De Leon stepping up.
Yep. De Leon with 4 points. 2 in the first set, 2 here in the second set. Molina. Gumabao with coverage. De Leon again. Wow.
Big attack,
After the
Bria De
monster
Leon.
block, she gets an attack point. And there's a reason for the fans, Cool Smasher fans,
10-all.
to make some noise.
And she did ask for that set. I think she is feeling the heat. She knows that she can get a point.
Well, offense looking more hyperactive right now for the Cool Smashers. Good pass by Tubino. Here comes Molina. What a dig for Atienza. Battle at the net. Won by Riri Meneses for the
Wins
side
joust
out.
in the net.
Meneses was in a better position
And Marfresh.
in that joust.
Serving is Alohi
Meneses.
Robin Hardy.
Just a tad taller at 6'1". Alohi Robbins Hardy serving. Foxies in position 1. Oh, but Gia Morado de Guzman with a 1-2. First point for Gia.
We're tied at 11.
Excellent read.
Smashers is Bea De Leon.
Yeah, wide open in the middle for the Foxies.
This is deadlock number 4. Great pass by Tubino. The reverse to the opposite. What a dig for Carlos. Carlos for the lead. The drop is short. And a chance ball for the Foxies. Meneses. Another free ball here for the Foxies. General. Molina. Rejected. It goes
Off
outside.
the box is Molina.
And the Foxies protect the lead. They're back on top by 1.
12 serving 11.
Look at that dig.
That's the first point for Molina in set number 2. She's got
Serving for
5.
Marfresh, Cesc Molina.
She had an ace in the first set. Really short pass from Carlos out of system play. Alohi Robbins Hardy with the first touch.
Oh, too close.
And same as no good. Trisha
Trisha
Tubu
Tubu.
with a really smart play. Her
Off the
first
ball.
point in set 2. She's got 8.
13 serving 11.
A lot of pressure for Tubu. I
Yeah.
mean, the expectation. She has performed very well for the team.
Great serve. Will be an ace again.
Service
Ace number 2
Cesc
for Molina.
Molina.
Couple of break points for the Foxies. Their lead is now 3 points. Timeout
Timeout CREAMLINE.
for the Cool Smashers. Again, reception issues midway through the set for the Cool Smashers, allowing the Foxies to pull away.
Okay tayo sa atake. May coverage. Tsatsagay lang natin. Receive. Okay, para makaset play tayo.
Hard serve, hindi natin ma-receive na maayos. Pilitin natin itaas sa gitna. Pag transition naman, nakakabasa naman tayo sa block eh. Wala naman silang quick pagbalikan, so trabawin natin yung first ball natin.
Okay, let's go girls! 1, CREAMLINE!
Well, it's pretty obvious, and the one and only issue they really have to deal with right now is that first ball.
They haven't had a chance. We haven't seen a lot of it. Combination plays. I mean, most are ad-libs that we've seen. It's primarily because De Guzman cannot maximize her attackers as well. All begins
Serving
with that
Cesc Molina.
good first pass. You know, easier said than done though, because you see the effort of the Foxies. May karga talaga yung serve nila, trying to break the place.
And there's another out-of-system play. They go to
Meneses.
Valdez. Yung porsyento nga na tinatawag, but even
15
Valdez,
serving 11.
when the blockers are ready, because it's an off-system play, the chances of blocking are higher.
Mas nakakapwesto, mas nakaka-timing ang blockers ng Foxies.
There's a much better pass. 4 straight points scored by make that 5 straight points scored by the Foxies. Now, you're getting blocked, the passes are not good, your attacks suffer, and this is now a 5-point lead at the second technical timeout for the Foxies. All right, we're gonna take a look back at the standings.
High-speed hitters and Signal safely secured their spots. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. Cool Smashers will need this win for them to secure a spot in the top 4. Meanwhile, for the Foxies, they fall a little bit behind. And, you know, sabi nga natin, they are ranked number 6 at the moment. They have to win this game and their remaining games and hope that the games of next lead in Akari will be in their favor.
That's right.
But I think first things first, they have to do the things that they can control, which is winning the games. Of course, easier said than done, but that is what they will prepare for in the next few days.
And they're getting a lot of help here from the Cool Smashers. So many errors from attacks, even after the technical timeout for the Cool Smashers. And finally a side out, but not after what was probably a 6-point run for the Foxies.
The middle has been effective for the Cool Smashers. We've seen De Leon score, Panaga has scored. The only problem is that they are unable to execute as much in the middle because of the passing.
Well, Panaga has 4, De Leon has 5, and there is a Riri Meneses block on Eliza. Was it Trisha Tubu? I think it was Trisha Tubu then.
18 serving 12.
They called Tubu's name, so take a look. Confirmation. Yep, it's Trisha. Now it's Tubu in double digits already, and with 10.
We're not surprised.
De Guzman goes back to Valdez. This one blocked by Des Clemente de Guzman. Oh, this one off the block and outside. Just relentless is Valdez.
13 serving 18.
With all her experience, that's what you need to demonstrate. That's what you need to show. Kahit ilang try pa yan, basta you will try. And, you know, she got it that time.
A long way back, though, for the Cool Smashers, down by 5. What a reverse. Terrific set from Alohi Robbins-Hardy. Tubu with 11. Definitely half this point belongs to Alohi Robbins-Hardy. Take a look at that pass. Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin'. Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Made it rather easy also for Tubu because miscue, no? Malayo pa yung blockers. There was a huge space in between the 2 blockers.
Paat and Romero back in. There's the team captain, Louis Romero. And the save is no good. They try to hit it away from Valdez because Valdez is a great digger.
So far, all of these attempts from the Foxies really challenging the defense of the Cool Smashers.
Last time out here in set number 2 for the Cool Smashers.
Natin sa receive, set, attack, poke-open. Ganun lang. Tatsagay lang ulit. Tatsagay lang. Let's go.
Malayo pa, malayo pa. Let's go, let's go! Laban, laban!
Hey, one, CREAMLINE!
Happy! Let's go, Andres!
And for the fans watching on Filipinas Live, One Sports Plus, again, no Bernadette Pons, no Gemma Galanza, no Sherwin Meneses. They're all sick, I guess, injured, sick.
You know, that could also have some effect, right, mentally.
Yeah.
Knowing that, you know, a lot of things have changed. I mean, the system is there, but it has been a struggle.
Oh, nice hit for Didge Rodriguez. Her first point today.
14 serving 20.
So back-to-back games, she scored already, Didge Rodriguez.
Hopefully her presence right there in front will make a huge difference for the Cool Smashers. They need 6 points to first tie it with Farm Fresh.
Eileen Paat. Rodriguez again. General will set it to Paat. Rolls off the fingertips of the blockers. Carlos against a double block. Goes down the line and scores. So that's a great point for the Cool Smashers. They scored 2 in a row. Carlos with 6.
Timeout, Farm Fresh.
Excellent shot, targeting Romero and down the line because the cross court was shut down. Timeout for the Foxies. We'll listen in.
Good defense. You can defense. Second of all, it's okay. You touch okay. Everyone can toss.
Well, you heard that word in the huddle. I got to get a side out. Stop this mini scoring run of the Cool Smashers. Ces Molina already with 6 points.
Still serving Pangs Panaga.
Pangs Panaga with 4. 2 in the first and 2 here in the second. Great pass by Molina. Tubino got it.
Royce
There's the side out they're looking for
hits
in the
spot.
timeout. 9 points for Royce Tubino.
21 serving 15.
Right now, Farm Fresh still not doing anything fancy. They are still going for the highly efficient plays, mostly to the wing spikers.
And service area, Pierre Abellana.
Former USC player Pierre Abellana. Second appearance today, a service specialist. Good pass by Nierva. What a reverse there for Gia, but a block by Molina. Carlos down the line again. That's been her sweet spot.
Of the end of pass.
She has been the player who has the highest efficiency, I think, at least here in this game.
7 points now for Carlos, 6 from attacks.
And she's only committed 2 errors so far. I think that has been the problem over on the side of the Cool Smashers. A lot of errors given up at crucial points.
But a bad decision there by Carlos to drop against 2 tall blockers. And that was easily picked up by the Foxies. Side out again for the black shirts as Rem Palma checks in for the first time today.
Serving Rem Palma.
Palma didn't play in the last game. That 5-set win against the Flying Titans. Carlos, excellent combination play.
Combination
They're
play.
free
Tots
up
Carlos.
Tots Carlos with only 1 blocker in front.
22.
This rotation has been good for the Cool Smashers, but Carlos now moving to the back to serve. Though we did see also in set number 1 that she scored off back row attacks.
That will be an overreach for Dewey Romero.
Beyond the net. Romero.
So a couple of points again for the Cool
18
Smashers.
serving 22.
Much better pass from Molina. Paat. Molina with the dig. And Valdez
Alaysa Valdez
sending it down.
hits the spot.
And I believe there's going to be a reaching beyond the net challenge.
There's a reaching beyond
By
challenge
the
by Farm
Foxies.
Fresh on that last action.
All these challenges, of course, will be crucial for the Foxies. They don't want to allow Creamline to get any closer. You want to close this out comfortably, as they did in set number 1. But for Creamline, I think, you know, we're all seeing much better movement.
Yeah.
They are scoring off their attacks. Better digging and receiving as well.
Excellent shot
Challenge is
by
unsuccessful.
one of
Point
our
remains with Creamline.
challenge cameras.
Farm Fresh has one more challenge remaining.
Then, hindi na papasok sa kanila yung bola. Follow through, follow through.
All right, so the fingers did cross over, but according to first referee Joffer Educado, it was the follow through.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
touch the ball
19 serving
across the
it's-
net, then that's up.
Yeah.
Reaching beyond the net. But if it's after that your hands cross, that's going to be fine. Molina with a hit. De Guzman sends it to Atienza. Valdez blocked by Riri Meneses again. A couple of blocks by Meneses, one-on-one against Valdez.
The last, the 22nd and the 23rd point of the Foxies off blocks.
Net touch. Challenge this time by the Cool Smashers.
These challenges prove to be very important, especially if it goes in your favor, especially for the Cool Smashers.
Both teams with one challenge remaining. Cool Smashers, three-time All-Filipino Conference champions. Alright, no touch. It was close.
There was movement at the net. I think that's why they called it, but it was the ball.
So no more challenges remaining for acting head coach Carlos Santos. Sitting in for Shirley Meneses. Mylene Pat already with a couple of points today off the bench. No whistle yet.
Oh, lucky. Sailing out and look at the Pat saying, whoo!
Yeah.
Buti na lang.
She saved 1 point right there.
Serving Mylene Pat.
Chance ball for the Foxies. Meneses will play setter to Tubu. That's outside. Wow, Tubu seemed pretty sure there was a touch.
There's a block touch challenge.
Yeah, she was quick
Yeah,
to make that gesture that there was a touch.
looked like it was really flying high, but
At least from where we
From
are
where
seated,
sitting, right.
I look pretty high.
only one challenge remaining for the Foxies. No more challenges left for the Cool Smashers. Yeah, it's close as well, but no touch. So out of challenges, both teams. It's a three-point game. Much closer than it was in the first set. All right, substitution. Both teams are going for it, but we'll check out the Foxies. Alohi Robbins-Hardy coming in for Mylene Paat. And Rose Vargas checking in for the Cool Smashers.
Crucial substitution.
Yep. Vargas' first game, by the way, of the Open Conference.
Serving Rose Vargas.
Welcome back. Oh, that serve is way wide.
And you know, these are really difficult because 2 sets have passed. You're still cold off the bench. A lot of pressure to catch up.
Now 4 set points for Ces Molina and the Foxies to go up 2 sets to nothing.
Vargas is now at set point, serving for the set. Ces Molina.
Molina already with 6 points. Yeah, great hit coming from Panaga. That's her 5th.
It's just unfortunate that they can't keep going to the middle. It is working for CREAMLINE, but passing has not been as consistent. It has improved, but still not as consistent.
But the Guzman has a full front line. Let's see if they can get just maybe 3 good passes. Well, they're going to have to start with Diggs first. And that one outside, so they get started off with a freebie from Trisha Tubu. So only 2 points to save now, Anne, for the Cool Smashers.
Timeout, Farm Press.
There's a timeout. Last one for the Foxies.
Hit! Hit! Hit!
So no more timeouts remaining for both teams. Trisha Tubu and the Foxies, they lost 2 set points. They still have 2 more.
Well, both teams have maximized the timeouts, the
Serving
challenges.
Tia Guzman.
That's how much this set means to both teams.
You know, sometimes you just need 1 point to close out a set, but it becomes so hard and so elusive, that point.
I'm sure you've gone through that many times in your UAP career. Valdez, General with a nice dig. Tubino. That one picked up by Tots Carlos. Valdez. The block was late, but Valdez hit the antenna. It's an attack ball that wins the set for the Foxies here in the second.
Set number 2 to Farm Fresh, 25-22.
It's a good
and they're
run.
now up 2 sets.
Good catch up. A much better set played by the Cool Smashers.
They still came up short in the end, losing by 3 and are now 2-0 down, going to the third against the Foxies.
Mic test 1.
And welcome back to the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex. And you're not, mistaken. It's a 2-0 advantage here by the Foxies against the former champions of the All-Filipino Conference, the Cool Smashers. You look at some of the highlights of set number 2.
It was a better set for the Cool Smashers, but they still fell short. I think somehow they were able to address the reception, just not as consistent. We've seen some sparks of brilliance as well coming from their middle attackers. They just couldn't go there as much. Meanwhile, the Foxies have held control. They lost a bit of it, but what we've seen is the consistency really in the finish, as the numbers this time have turned around in terms of offense for the Cool Smashers. Sila naman ang naka-double digits with 15 points. Farm Fresh only with 8, but it was the blocking of the Farm Fresh Foxies that really made a big difference in that last set. And I think still a lot of work to be done for CREAMLINE, but we'll see. Usually third set, you have to give it your all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching, Eric, Ant, and Lexi. What have you gathered, Lexi, so far, talking to the players, the coaching staff?
Well, Eric and Ann, you guys were talking about how important it is that the blocking is covered. But I got the chance to talk to Bea De Leon, and she did mention to me that starting off the game with good energy is really what would put them ahead of the game. But another thing that Bea did tell me is that, while there's lots of things happening for CREAMLINE, what's important for them right now is to really stay ahead of the game and really focus, because focus will help them lead to be more precise, to be more alert, and to be more receptive of everything that comes in their way.
Well, that second set, as we've seen, attacks are better. They're a little, better focused, I guess, offensively. But then blocking has been so good. And then the errors that they committed really hurt them in that second set.
I think it is when they committed the errors.
That's true.
That really spells a lot of difference. But I think energy is really correct. They started off better in that second set. Yun lang, of course, the Foxies, you wouldn't expect na ibibigay na lang nila yan. But they need to be able to really sustain that energy, hopefully coming into the third set. Forget about that first set and second set loss.
Yeah.
You have to snap out of it and
Take a reset.
take a reset.
That's
exactly.
right.
But
Perfect
for
word.
but for the Foxies, you wanna take the advantage and let the momentum stay on your side.
Awesome work, Lexi. Thanks for joining us here. We'll talk to you later. Wow, for the Foxies, they've got to put pedal to the metal, that's for sure, and have that killer instinct with the finishing touch. Because if the Cool Smashers win a set here, you don't know what will happen next. If they start, getting confidence in the next few sets.
And we've seen the improvement in terms of how they played. I mean, just looking at the numbers, really turning the tables in terms of offense. Just imagine if the blocking of the Foxies weren't there in that last set. It would have probably gone the way of CREAMLINE.
That's true. And it's not for the 9 errors of the Cool Smashers as well. That's something they really need to cut down on here in set number 3.
I think the efficiency, it really matters. If you look at the numbers, Carlos, 8 points, 2 errors, but you have also the likes of Gumaba who scored 3 but gave up 6 points. So, I mean, we mentioned that because efficiency is really important, right?
Yeah. You can't really score but then give up points on the other end, because this is a rally point system. So every mistake you make is a point for the other team. Meanwhile, Carlos scoring on the other end for their first point of the Cool Smashers, and then a block by Valdez against Tubu. Good answer here for the Cool Smashers after that initial 2-point spurt by the Foxies.
This is probably the energy that they are looking for starting off the third set with a solid block.
Yeah, they got to get some blocks in as well. They got outblocked tremendously in the first 2 sets. Now a chance ball. Another excellent push there by Elohi Robbins-Hardy. The save is good, but now a chance ball. Meneses with a really bad pass. Combination play, drop shot. Valdez. Yeah, that one dug by General. Tubino. What a way to turn defense to offense for both teams. They had a chance to attack, but it was just better offense for the Foxies. What a save here by Atienza, Valdez, and then Di Guzman.
How about that save from Di Guzman?
Yeah, unbelievable.
One hand, pero pasok pa rin.
Exactly. Underhand pass. Elohi Robbins-Hardy to Tubino. And Tubino with back-to-back points from the open. She's got 11 already. Second player in double digits for the Foxies. Four 4-2 lead. Foxies. Valdez tip. Valdez again. And this one is good.
Alyssa Valdez hits zone 5.
Valdez with 7. Matches her conference high. Panaga with 5. Bad pass. Good save. Nope. It went wide for Des Clemente de Guzman.
4-all.
So a 2-point answer here for the Cool Smashers to tie the game again. Deadlock number 2. Must-win situation for the Cool Smashers. Tubu from the opposite. It's outside. Third attack fault for Trisha Tubu.
Serving 4.
They also cannot be too complacent here in the third.
3-point run for the Cool Smashers. They've scored a couple of break points. Could serve, but a better pass from Molina. There's a nice block again for the Cool Smashers. That's going to be on De Leon.
Really good showing here. De Leon has really done well, even in the previous set.
Early timeout for the Foxies. We'll listen in.
Number 6 up. Number 6 up. DK. Tight. No less. Pass it. Don't stop. No waste of play. Everyone go cover. Cover.
Farm Fresh down by 2. And this matches the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers. As you see some of the players on the injured list. Some are, I guess, being rotated because of the expanded lineup of this Cool Smashers team. We have not seen at all Ela de Jesus play. I think only one game so far for Denden Lazaro Revilla. Tubino.
Oh!
And a side out there as Cool Smashers in a campfire.
Matter of communication, because they saw the ball coming. It was on its way, but they were guessing who would actually pick it up.
Valdez, single blocker, easy dig for La Rosa. And that one hit the antenna for Tubino. So quick side out here for the Cool Smashers. Only one timeout remaining for Coach Tsuzurabara. Still 2 for acting head coach Carlos Santos for the Cool Smashers. Carlos with 8. Good pass by Tubino. Des Clemente de Guzman, her first touch. Villa General with a dig. Tubino asking for it, and she put it in.
Tubino, cross-court shot.
Fast exchange. Tubino taking advantage of a single block.
13 for Tubino already. And she gets an ace.
Service ace, Royce Tubino.
She's been serving very well.
We're tied at 7.
3 aces, I believe, here in this match. Not counting those serves.
That's a third ace.
Yeah, third ace, and marami pa yun, yung mga misreceived, no, on the side of a CREAMLINE.
But then Tubino, that's her 5th error.
Timeout take for CREAMLINE, 7 for Farm.
Cool Smashers up by 1 against the Foxies. First technical timeout.
Welcome back, PVL fans. You're still tuning in to Farm Fresh Foxies going against the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Well, the Cool Smashers have a better foothold right now, and they've got maybe a bit of the groove that they used to, and the momentum could be on their side. But something that Gia de Guzman did tell me, you know, they cannot let the game control them, because at this moment on, they really need to control the game, control the pace, and get better hold and control of the ball. There's better adherence to the program, but the main question is, what kind of communication will help them lessen the miscoms and the faults and the errors? What do you think about that, Ann and Eric?
Thanks very much, Lexi. Well, right now they are up, but it's, well, not anymore. Not even a safe lead for the Cool Smashers. It's been an exchange of side outs, very few break points scored by both teams. Anything to improve on what they have to do here, Ann?
I think they did point out earlier that they need to get that advantage. What they have going for them is the improvement in terms of their attack. So I think they need to continue that. Even if they scored 15 points in attacks in the previous set, may 5 blocks pa rin itong Foxies. So it means that they need to do more. And I think just really avoid the errors because, those were crucial points.
Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan. That's a 9-point for Tots Carlos. But going back to your point about, defense and blocks, they have outblocked, at least for now, the Foxies in set number 3. There's a point by Riri Meneses. They have 2 blocks already when they only had 2 in the first set and 1 in the second set.
That should be a good sign for the Cool Smashers. I think, for the Foxies, they want to close this in straight sets for sure. So for the Cool Smashers, they have to go above and beyond what we have seen in set number 2.
Outstanding timing here by Riri Meneses. She has been on the ball when it comes to blocking today. She's 6 points, 3 blocks. Good pass. Rodriguez blocked again. Rodriguez. Oh, this time found a way. The blockers were set. How she snuck that through is special.
And look at the set. Carlos finding that perfect spot.
Serving for the lead, De Guzman with a full front line. Robbins Hardy reverses the opposite. Trisha Tubo again. 12 points now for Trisha. Just when you think the Cool Smashers are on the brink of getting on top, turning it around, in comes Tubino, and the magnificent setting of Alohi Robbins Hardy. There's a service fault for Molina. That's the first fault in the game for Molina.
I think for the Cool Smashers, it will help them a lot if they build a much more comfortable lead. I mean, 1, 2, 3 points won't assure them that they can keep that.
Not with the firepower of the Foxies. First touch for De Guzman, so Valdez will set. There's another dig from Molina. Tubu block, and the save is no good for Trisha Tubu. And this is a Cool Smashers lead, 12-11, midway through the third set. Tubu blocked, coverage by General, and another dig there by Molina. Tubino popped up by Rodriguez. Valdez. General will set it. Tubu from the opposite going cross. De Guzman picks it up. Valdez again. That is the third straight try for Valdez in the rally. Tubino. They go back to Eliza for her fourth straight try. 5 tries. Finally.
Eliza Valdez.
Outstanding stamina for Eliza Valdez, and the fans are loving it.
Just try and try. Just make sure there is no error for Valdez. 5 tries.
Wow. I mean, the Foxies are lucky. Robbins Hardy going left to right to Bino and Tubu, but for the Cool Smashers, it was only Valdez in that rally. In the meantime, Tubu with a side out.
The blockers, Trisha Tubu.
Tubu with 13. Unless Cool Smashers figure out a way to slow down Trisha and Tubino, they're not going to make it out here beyond the third set. Oh, beautiful play run by Gia. Tots Carlos with a hit. Tubu. Carlos got it.
Tots Carlos.
Oh, they needed that.
It's zone 6.
Carlos has been the most consistent for the Cool Smashers. 10 points in this match. I mean, she's done it from the back. She's doing it in front. She's also digging for the Cool Smashers.
Service out. And you mentioned how the Cool Smashers gotta take it easy on the errors.
Take one step forward, take one step back because of these errors.
Tubu's got an ace already. She has the complete package today. The attacks, the blocks, the aces. Valdez going for 10. And she got it. First time in double digits for the All-Filipino Conference. Eliza Valdez with 10 points.
She really is making the most out of the minutes. A bit of a slow start for her, but we see how she has slowly been heating up since the second set.
Carlos quick to defend there. Valdez with the easy over, and it catches the net. Error number 4 for Valdez. And it's back to a 1-point game. Again, the Cool Smashers, like what your point, and they've not led beyond 2 points in the entire match. Ooh, that'll be outside for sure. So the second service fault for Tubino, 6th fault in total, and a 2-point lead again for the Cool Smashers' second technical timeout. UAAP Season 88 volleyball is in full swing. In fact, the second round starts on Wednesday, tomorrow. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAAP Varsity Channel and One Sports, because legends start here. Legends like Trisha Tubu, Eliza Valdez. She's not called a phenom for nothing, and today, without Galanza, without Pon, she's really stepped up big time in double digits. And 5 over 10 points coming here in the third set alone. What a drop. What a pancake save for Didge Rodriguez. Robbins Hardy back to Molina. Molina down the line, and she misses. This is now the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers. It's at 3 points, and
the Foxies, actually, them giving up these errors, that is what's causing this deficit here in the third set. Again, they can't be too complacent because CREAMLINE will surely push for a win here in this third.
What a dig for Valdez. At least 7 errors for the Foxies here in the third set. So nearly half the points of the Cool Smashers are from errors. Rodriguez got it! Didge Rodriguez with her 4th point. That's a conference high already for Didge Rodriguez.
And she is a good bunot. I mean, good insertion here in this match. Apart from the points, she's also done well digging at the back.
And this is the last timeout for the Foxies. We'll listen to the huddle of the hot black shirts.
Yes. Go. Yes, go. One pass, here we go. Let's go. Don't wait. Point. You see. Like it. Come on.
Well, this 4-point deficit is the biggest against the Foxies. This is their first true challenge and in the match.
But, you know, if you're rooting for Creamline, you want to make sure that they can sustain this momentum, keep it on their side. For sure, you see Hardy actually calming down the rest of the team.
Alyssa Valdez.
Valdez, 8 attacks, 2 blocks. Robbins Hardy to Molina. Cut shot. Rodriguez right there for the dig. From the pipe, Valdez. Molina again. Blocked. Oh! That's a huge denial at the net for a 5-point lead now for the Cool Smashers.
One of the things that really is helping the Cool Smashers at this point, a lot of improvement on their defense, both on the floor and at the net. They're denying the Foxies that chance to attack.
Good block by Alohi Robbins Hardy. But a quick answer. Bea De Leon with 7 points. 6-point lead for PVL and the Cool Smashers. An excellent transition there.
Again, those quick sets, those quick plays really work. Just a matter of getting the right opportunity.
After losing the first 2 sets, Cool Smashers looking in control late here in set number 3. Riza Cruz just checked in after the timeout, and she makes her presence felt right away. Riza Cruz, this is just her 5th game. She didn't play in the first 2 games of the Foxies. This time it's the Foxies playing catch-up for the first time in the match. A block by Aragala. Rodriguez. Nierva with coverage. Didge again. Off the block.
Rodriguez off the block.
Rodriguez making a lot of difference here for the Cool Smashers.
5 points for Didge Rodriguez. 4 scored here in the 3rd set. Cool Smashers right now smiling from ear to ear, including Rose Vargas, who's just checking in. A service specialist.
Now serving Rose Vargas.
Why not? I mean, this is the biggest lead they've had. Momentum is clearly on their side.
And listen to the fans of the Cool Smashers
yeah.
now.
They should be loving this. The Foxies unable to find an answer.
Yep. Meneses with a hit, picked up by Carlos. And nice block by Riri Meneses. Rodriguez. And there's a dig by Tubino. Aragala. Got it. Huge side out for the Foxies.
They need to score 5 more points to first tie it with Creamline.
And there's still time for them to do it. Cool Smashers still 4 points away. A lot of leeway for the Foxies. And they have a full front line with Alohi Robbins Hardy serving. Rodriguez. Hardy. Back to Galang. Rodriguez is turned away. Trisha Tubu with block number 3.
Timeout, Creamline.
Look at that solid block. May pitik pa pabalik eh.
Timeout for the Cool Smashers. We'll listen in.
Ilang, tsaga lang tayo. 1 good receive lang, and then tsatsagay lang natin yung atake, cover. Okay? One stop lang tayo, one stop.
One pass na muna.
Hey, 1, Creamline!
Well, the Cool Smashers haven't seen a comeback by the Foxies because they've been trailing the first 2 sets. Now they want to prevent one. Here in set number 3. 2-point the run for the Foxies. But what a set for Didge Rodriguez. He doesn't play much because of this veteran-laden roster of the Cool Smashers. And yet, big contribution today without Bernadette Pons and Galanza in the lineup. Running attack. Saved by Meneses. La Rosa pops it up for Tubu. And Tubu touches the net.
Clear touch right there. She was also near the net.
5 errors for Tubu. Cool Smashers 3 points away from winning their first set here in the match. Robbins Hardy to Galang. What a dig for De Guzman. Dage Rodriguez going cross. General pops it up. Galang again. And Galang hits the antenna. Back-to-back attack faults and for the Foxies.
This is where they need to get themselves calm and composed. They have had a number of times they hit the antenna. No? Talagang palabas din yung set. It was a tough one for Galang.
Beautiful serve by De Guzman. Out of system play for the Foxies. That one popped up by Kyla Atienza from the pipe. Valdez is turned away one-on-one by Riri Meneses.
Crucial points like this for the Foxies. They need to be on top of their defense.
I think 3 of the 4 blocks of Meneses are all against Valdez.
Solid ones at that.
Louis Romero back in the game for the Foxies. Aragalang serving. Valdez with a great pass. Combination play. Carlos. One-handed dig for Tubino. Tubu rejected. Could have been a double on Tubu. That rolled off her. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. Here they come. Romero to Meneses. Blocked by Panaga. La Rosa with a dig. Tubu through the block. Nierva reverses to Carlos. La Rosa with a dig. Chance ball. Cool Smashers. Here they come. Combination play. Big Rodriguez. Where did she come from?
Combination
It's
play.
probably the first combination play that we've seen. Most of the set, really.
CREAMLINE now at
Oh, I
set
love that.
point. Serving
What a
for the
play.
set, Rodriguez.
This is where you see the Cool Smashers finally finding the rhythm.
Tubino looking to save a set point. What a dig for Rodriguez. Valdez for the win. There it is. Eliza Valdez, her 11th point. And the Cool Smashers stay alive to fight another set against the Foxies.
Takes set number 3, 25-17.
Even bench loving it.
They needed this win. Wasn't the best start for the Cool Smashers, but I think what matters is how they turn things around.
25-18 is 7-point win in set number 3 against the Foxies. Set number 4 coming up when we return. Welcome back inside the Santa Rosa City Sports Complex. And after a 2-set win by the Foxies, the Cool Smashers finally awakened in this third set.
Definitely a much better set for the Cool Smashers. I think yung changes na ginawa nila sa kanilang lineup really helped, and Rodriguez really helped not just in terms of scoring, pero nakita natin also in terms of defense. She had a lot of contribution there. But even the players who started off slow in the first and the second set, I think nag-init na rin. They found their footing. They were moving better. It was, actually, if we look at the stats, it was an evenly matched, I can say, set number 3 in terms of attacks and blocks. 1 point lang ang nilamang ng Cool Smashers. Aces, pantay na pantay. But for the Foxies, a lot of things to correct, I think, when they go back into the 4th set, because they pretty much handed that set to CREAMLINE, giving up 8 errors in set number 3.
Not to take away from the Cool Smashers, but that extra 5 points after losing only by 7, that's huge. Eliza Valdez, her first double-digit performance in the All-Filipino Conference with 11. Yeah, right now the top scorer.
And, you know, I think that, you know, again, not discounting the effort of the Cool Smashers, but those crucial moments when the Foxies committed the errors, gave the 16th and the 17th point to the Cool Smashers earlier, and from then on, dun sila nag-build ng kanilang run.
That's right. And it's tough. Of course, the Cool Smashers, veteran team experience, they know how to protect leads. They know when to really pull away. And once they've really gotten the rhythm in the 3rd set, it meant that the Farm Fresh Foxies were going to have a hard time coming back. 6 points for Lidge Rodriguez, her highest scoring game in the All-Filipino, and she scored 5 of those in the 3rd set alone. Tobino, meanwhile, with 14, matches her output in their last game, that 5-set win against the Flying Titans. Alohi Robbins-Hardy back in the starting lineup. It's the same 6 again for Coach Koji Tsurabara here in set number 3. Meanwhile, it is the same 6. Now check that, no Michelle Gumabao. It's Lidge Rodriguez starting in the place of Gumabao here in set number 4.
So she has been playing well. She, I think, was a very good addition.
Yeah.
And now the problem on reception on the side of the Foxies and blocking as well.
Yeah, double black eye right there for Tobino. Got blocked and received a facial in the process. Panaga with 7 points. That's her 2nd block of the game. And a really aggressive start by the Cool Smashers in set number 4. Ooh. A rare miscue there. How often do you see Gia Morado de Guzman not connect with Tots Carlos? Probably never.
Just today.
Yeah, just today. Never seen that happen. Good serve. Carlos. And beautiful shot.
Seems like it was on its way out, actually, because Meneses got it pretty high.
11 points for Carlos. And a 1-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Former beach volleyball national player, Lidge Rodriguez. Robbins-Hardy to Tobino. Oh, what a dig.
I'm not surprised if Rodriguez can dig like that.
And Valdez continues her scoring barrage, now 12 points.
The Philippines won the gold in the beach volleyball,
Right.
so we are not surprised. You know, the skills, for sure. No question about that.
With Rodriguez's former teammate, Bernadette Pons, who was teamed up with Cici Rondina in Bangkok. Let's go to Lexi Rodriguez courtside.
You know what, Eric and Ann, when the Foxies found out that the star players of the Cool Smashers are not playing, the initial reaction would have been really, but their reaction was, oh my gosh, they're more challenged more than ever, because at this moment, you know, they know that CREAMLINE Cool Smashers will, and they have come alive already. They know that Alohi knows also that CREAMLINE will stir something up for the Cool Smashers. And yes, there are errors on the end of the Farm Fresh Foxies, but right now they really need to keep it simple while they're sticking to the game plan. But they need to be smarter as well, because sometimes when you play a bit more simpler, there's less creativity and there's less room for creativity happening. Back to you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thanks, Lexi. Right now, it's tough to be creative with a very aggressive Cool Smashers, forcing a lot of out-of-system plays here for the Foxies. Valdez goes down the line. Valdez, 13 points.
I think first task for the Foxies is to be able to keep the ball alive. They haven't been defending well, both at the net and on the floor.
Back to the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers. Up by 3, Riza Cruz on the run. Scores against Valdez. Second point for Riza Cruz.
Serving Royce Tubino.
Royce Tubino, another double-digit performance today. Great pass by Rodriguez. What a dig for La Rosa. Molina. Rodriguez again playing defense extremely well in the back zone. Robbins Hardy at the net. A little pokey. Carlos.
Oh!
Robbins Hardy, what a save. Valdez. Very high drop, easy pickup for Tubu. Riza Cruz will score.
Point goes to the Foxies of the Riza
Simple
Cruz.
drop gives them that point.
Serving 5.
That should boost the confidence here of the Foxies. Long rally, great exchange, and they come out on top in the end. 2-point run for Tubino and Farm Fresh. Good pass by Nierva. What a dig. Tubino on the other end. Both teams playing tremendous defense. Cruz sets it up for Cess. De Guzman. And the opposite attack by Fox Carlos. She's got 13.
Really good distribution from De Guzman.
Do you sense that the Cool Smashers are passing much better, at least in the last 2 sets?
Most definitely. I think that is why De Guzman has the luxury right now to call these plays. Better pass, better plays.
Right now, despite the error on the serve by Carlos, they're still up by 1. 6-5 after winning by 7 in set number 3. Former Lady Falcon, Riza Cruz. De Leon asking for it, and she gets blocked. Nierva will go to Valdez, not a surprise. Save will be no good for Tubino, and Valdez again, major contributor today with 14.
7 serving 5 with
Really
Eliza
good to
Valdez
see her
serving.
pick up her game because it was a slow start. She started off with only 5 points, 3 errors, but now I think has limited her errors but continues to score.
But
As
right
I
on
say
cue.
that. Wag naman doon, Eliza.
But still, I mean, they are in control.
Serving Alohi, Robbins,
Always able to
Hardy.
get a side out to protect their lead. They're still up by 1.
I think that is the good thing that is happening for the Cool Smashers. And now you see the Foxies less organized than they were earlier.
Of the hands
A
of
rare
Nierva.
break point right now for the Foxies to tie the game.
We're tied at 7.
But you love how it's a lot tougher now to side out for the Foxies. It takes a lot more for them to get a point, unlike in the first 2 sets where they were just scoring at will.
I think it took a while for the Cool Smashers to really warm up.
La Rosa to Tubu. And Tubu knocks it off the head of one of the Cool Smashers to put the Foxies on top via a 3-point run. First technical timeout, set number 4. Cool Smashers, They led by as many as 3 points here in set number 4, but now they're down by 1. It's been difficult to sense which team has had momentum with the way things have been shifting so quickly, at least here at the start of set 4, Anne.
You know, again, we go back to the point of how important this game is for both teams, right? Definitely, they would want to give it their all. That's what we've seen from CREAMLINE, at least. The last 2 sets have really been controlled by CREAMLINE.
Tubino, beautiful dig against a quick attack by De Leon. Cross-court hit by Molina, dug by Nierva. Valdez from the pipe, turned away again. Really, Meneses, unbelievable timing on Eliza Valdez. I think she watched like tapes or something. This is...
Look at that.
5 blocks by Meneses. At least 4 of those are on Eliza.
Really on point itong si Meneses.
Coverage by Alohi Robbins-Hardy behind the blockers. Tubu rolls it over. Another hit from the middle, and De Leon finally sides out for the Cool Smashers.
Her efficiency today, De Leon. Every time she gets a set, almost always converted into a point.
She's got 8 already. That's her second highest scoring game this AFC. Good pass again by Tubino. She's an excellent passer.
Ooh, what a save.
What a save. But it doesn't crawl over for Rodriguez.
10-8 Farm Fresh.
Anybody's set right here.
Oh yeah, 2 points, even if there's a lead, it's not safe. And you see, Farm Fresh has the lead, but they're still not controlling the game as well.
Rodriguez block, it goes outside. Side out.
Off the block.
Cool Smashers. Didge with 7.
You know, she gets the best angle. Hindi lang yan yung unang puntos ni Didge na lumabas off the block.
Is that a beach volleyball player quality?
Could be. I mean, she is very good in terms of adjustment. I think those are the things that they're able to do very well.
Fireball,
Meantime, Trisha Tubu. So many good qualities as an opposite. 18 points already for Tubu.
Like what we heard in the report, a lot of pressure.
Of course.
On her shoulders. If the rest don't deliver, she needs to make up for that.
Meantime, Rodriguez. First referee, Joffrey Educado, will check, and he receives information. There was a touch, a block touch on this hit by Didge. No contest coming from the Foxies. So a side out again for the Cool Smashers. Tubino on the return. 15 points now for Royce.
Tubino saying, huwag na nating patagalin pa. The more touches CREAMLINE gets, the more chances, of course, they can execute a play.
I mean, you mentioned they're one of the top diggers, one of the top receivers. Despite their early struggles, they're still
cross-court hit
top.
from Tots Carlos.
There's a cross-court hit by Carlos. 14 points already. Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin. Pasalubong ng bayan. Service ace. Panaga ties the game with her 8th point and first ace.
12 all.
Look at that ball drop.
Good pass. Tubino down the line, dug by De Guzman. Carlos. That is outside. Ball out.
She had a good target going to the end line.
All right, via an error, the Foxies get a 1-point lead. They're clarifying who will serve.
Tubino has done well at the service area.
Already 3 aces. De Guzman to Valdez. Tubino. Dig goes over. Oh, La Rosa. What a save. De Leon. Another great dig by Tubino. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. Carlos. And this one is on the line. Toss Carlos with 15. I mean, the ball ping-ponging for the Foxies, but they still save it. That's unbelievable. But the way the Cool Smashers just relentless in attack.
Oh, yeah. I mean, De Leon just keeps going at it. The good thing is that there really are a lot of options here.
Service ace, Carlos. First ace of the match. And a 1-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
Great all-around game from Carlos.
And a timeout right now for the Foxies.
You must 300% the best.
Well, not that very many words said in the huddle. In fact, very little instructions as well. Only a 1-point deficit for Tubo and the Foxies. The biggest lead for the Cool Smashers was 3 points early in set number 4. Rich Rodriguez, what a game for her, 8 points. Carlos coming off an ace. Overpass. But a chance to set up offensively here. Running attack. Cruz pushes it. Ayla Atienza pops it up. Valdez bounces it off the block. Coverage by Tubino. Jump set for Alohi Robbins Hardy. There's a nice dig for Carlos to the pipe. Rodriguez. Drop attempt. Molina. Block. Coverage again by Tubino. Molina. This one gets through the block of De Guzman and De Leon.
I love how relentless these attackers are.
And how about Royce Tubino? How many saves has she had in at least the last 60 seconds?
You know, she suddenly appears for that dig, for that set.
Tubu with a one-handed dig. Molina again. Popped up by Carlos. Chance ball. Oh, beautiful!
De Guzman!
That little push by De Guzman.
You see the frustration on Tubino because they did work hard to keep it alive, but Carlos really responsible for all those saves.
And how about De Guzman? Her back was turned to the net and still a reverse underhand pass for a point. There's a block against Molina. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. Again, Bea De Leon. Saved again by Tubino. Unbelievable defense by the Foxies. There's a block this time by the Foxies. Chance ball for Farm Fresh. General to Robbins Hardy. 1-2. Dug by Kayla Atienza. There's a block by Meneses. Valdez with coverage in the back zone. Rodriguez easy over. Giving us a chance to breathe a little bit. Meneses finally swipes it away.
Off the hands of Carlos.
Wow.
That's the only word that can describe that rally.
You know, I have to say the defense of both teams just on point here in this set. Tubino doing her best. A lot of one-hand saves, just really managing. CREAMLINE also. On the other side, you see them throwing themselves on the floor.
Yep. 15 all. Combination play, Rodriguez. And again, from the back zone, Tubino. Trisha Tubu nails that one in.
It's zone 6.
Solid hit.
Second technical timeout, 16 for Farm Fresh.
19 for Tubu, but only a 1-point lead for the Foxies. There's another look at the Trisha Tubu kill. And she is fired up. And who isn't? I mean, even the crowd is riled up. Fans of both teams. Tremendous exchange, both on offense and defense. Bea De Leon is breathing a little heavily. She's been active a lot.
She's working very hard right there at the net. Really good connection between her and De Guzman.
Yep.
Yung mga iisipin mo hindi na kayang ibigay ng quick, still able to execute.
And here's De Leon again, getting another touch. Tubu, she has the hot hand right on the chest of Valdez. Chance ball from Yerba. Robbins Hardy. What a set. What a set. Everybody expecting Tubu to get it, but she goes to the open.
17 serving 15.
Now on virtually an open block. Only Morado de Guzman guarding Ces Molina. Out of system play. Oh, are you kidding me?
You gotta add that. Meneses.
10 points for Meneses. Second double-digit game of the All-Filipino Conference as the Foxies build a 3-point lead. Timeout, Cool Smashers. This is the biggest deficit against the Cool Smashers in set number 3. Both teams have led by as many as 3 points. Only one timeout remaining for both teams. They still have 2 challenges remaining each. What a game for Meneses. Half of her points, more than half, coming from blocks. She has 6 blocks, 4 attack points.
16 serving 18.
Well, she has been a game changer right there at the net for the Foxies.
14 now, 24 Torres.
A little bit of room here for the Cool Smashers.
Yep. And take a look at this. Former, well, still a libero, I guess, but now turned service specialist, Alea Torres, in the game for the first time in a different role. She's still listed as a libero. Tubu, that's gone. Trisha Tubu on a mission. 20 points. Remember, she's coming off a 22-point performance in that 5-set win against the Flying Titans. Molina with 8. Running attack, turned away. Pino, 16 points. That's her first block today. She has the entire package as well. Attacks, blocks, and aces.
Timeout, Creamline.
Almost consecutive timeouts here by the Cool Smashers. This is our last one. We'll listen in. Cool Smashers on the business end of a 6-1 run by the Foxies. And they're out of timeouts. Meanwhile, 1 timeout remaining for the Foxies, and they're sitting on a 4-point lead. Their biggest lead, leading Meneses. Tremendous defense at the net, and especially against Eliza Valdez.
She has the perfect timing. You see that even it's coming from the back. Talaga she doesn't let go.
This one
Into the box,
snuck in
Panaga.
for Panaga, who's got 9. Well, they needed that side out.
Tobino trying to use her foot to keep that alive.
Well, you can.
A bit too ambitious. Nakatalikod na eh.
It is. A little sepak takraw move. 17 serving 20. Overpass.
Ooh.
Another block. It goes outside for a minute. I wouldn't be surprised if she got it.
Her blocking has been on point.
Absolutely. Panaga now in double digits. Third Cool Smasher in double digits with 10. Mini 2-point run for the Cool Smashers. Good serve, short pass, out of system play. Tubu from the opposite. Easy dig for Atienza. And from the other opposite, Carlos with 17.
Carlos has really good efficiency in today's game. I mean, she's had an overall good contribution. Offense, defense, a lot of covers as well.
Timeout here for the Foxies.
She have experience. Don't hit. Libero. Side. Side. Take care from the side. Big catch. Trevor, you are up.
Well, Koji Tsurabara burning his final timeout, trying to stop this 3-point run of the Cool Smashers.
They enjoyed a 3-point lead earlier. Pero napako at 20 ang Foxies.
All right, here we go. Service ace for Gia Morado de Guzman. Her 4th point today. That's her first ace.
We are
4 straight
tied
points
at 20.
scored by the Cool Smashers to tie the game at 20.
Well, why are we not surprised anymore? Here we are talking about all the 5-setters that the Foxies have played.
Off the block, Trisha Tubu. She wants to avoid a 5. I mean, that's going to be 4 straight.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't asked you about that. I mean, 3 straight 5-setters. You only win 1 of 3. And then, you know, you're in a 4th setter now, a close one. How exhausting is that for the Foxies?
You know, I think more than it is exhausting, it has trained them for this moment.
Yeah. That's true, though.
No, but kidding aside, I think, fatigue, it is no joke because when you play a match that extends into a 5-setter, even if they're fit, even if they're well-conditioned, mahirap yan because, you know, you get the top of your game first to 3rd sets. Things can get hard, can slow down as well in the last 2. But not for Tubu.
Yep. 5th block for Tubu. She's coming off a 6-block performance in their last game. She already has 22 points today. Panaga. I mean, the blocking at the net is either slowed down or completely stopped the play of the Cool Smashers. Carlos goes long and connects. Side out, Cool Smashers.
That is the best target if you want to get a point.
Both teams with 2 challenges, so Foxies will use 1. That deserves a challenge. It was pretty long, that shot. May have clipped the line, maybe not. We'll find out.
Both teams, they need that point for the Foxies to secure their 23rd point, hopefully.
Yep.
Go. Sayang, because if it is an error, it could be an easy point for them. But for CREAMLINE, ooh, it is. But I think they will have a counter challenge.
A block touch? Yeah.
Yep, it will be a block touch. I saw Gia earlier when she was going to the huddle. Okay lang. She was signaling a touch.
All right, so 1 challenge down, another one coming up.
You will use up all your cards.
Of course.
As you need to, especially here in this very crucial 4th set.
Must-win situation still for the 3-time AFC champions, Cool Smashers. Coming off a 4-set loss against the Chargers, who just earlier today won against the High Risers in a really thrilling close game as well.
Oh, there you go. That's why they were very confident going into that challenge.
And all Coach G can do is just nod. That's a good one. All right, so both
It
teams
is?
with 2 challenges remaining still. Both are successful. But only a 1-point game now after the challenge by the Cool Smashers. Tubu again from the opposite. This one getting away, but De Guzman chases it down. Carlos blocked. Coverage by De Guzman. Valdez. There's a dig by General. Tubino from the open comes up short.
Wow! What a set! And what a game from both teams.
This is now the set with the most ties, the most deadlocks. 9 in total, 22 all. Good pass. Tubu. Dig goes over. Another chance for Trisha. Trisha's blocked. Cruz with coverage. Tubino. Comes up short again. Back-to-back attack balls for Royce Tubino. And Cool Smashers on top by 1.
What a crucial time to commit these errors. And she has been very consistent all throughout the match. And you know, this is maybe where we can say fatigue is now coming into play.
She has been getting a lot of touches along with Tubu.
Oh, yeah.
But
Ooh.
I guess one error deserves another. Daisy Rodriguez ties the game with the service fault at 23.
Kasi sabi mo raw puro deadlock. So let us...
And now a double sub to maintain a full front line for the Foxies as Romero checks in and Aragalang.
hopefully for the Foxies, this substitution would help them lock in this set.
Yep. Bad pass. Tubino bigs up for the back-to-back errors with a put away, and it is match point for the Foxies. Alright, we're not going to be there just yet, as there's a reaching beyond the net challenge by the Cool Smashers.
Take this chance. Of course, if they are successful with this challenge.
That ball is pretty over. No,
Nope.
unsuccessful.
They've got nothing to lose, but they have to play flawlessly.
Yep.
No room for errors, get a good pass. They have a good rotation right now.
Yeah, it's a good back zone. Great passers there in Rodriguez, Nierva, and Valdez. One match point, Foxies. There's the pass. Here's the attack. Eliza. Cruz. Tubino for the winning point. It's there! Royce Tubino with 18 big points today.
Number 4 in the mix.
This is
Two-point
her highest
break.
scoring game. This is a conference high for Royce. And the celebration begins.
Take a look at that again. You know, it is good to have that balance in their rotation. Tubu, still their top scorer for the team, but in every rotation, you need somebody else for that support. Sabi nga, pag yung iba hindi nag-step up, all the burden would be on Tubu. So, this is just what they need. And I guess, sabi nga natin, they need this win. They have to pray also for the results of the games, no? For the other teams, for Akari and the next lead.
Well, they will go up to 4-4 in the standings. Tie with next lead. We'll take a quick break, folks, but confirmation is 4-set win by the Foxies against the Cool Smashers. Final game of your doubleheader. There's a gritty 4-set win by the Foxies against the Cool Smashers, especially in a long, drawn-out set number 4, 25-23.
Definitely a big win. They need this win. I think it was good. It didn't stretch into another 5-setter for the Foxies. But this lady over here, Trisha Tubu, we were talking about her. Highest scorer in today's match for the Foxies, 22 points. Not her conference high, but you know, she did score when they needed it the most. Binanggit din natin si Tubino, no? She may not be the top scorer as we see Tubu over here. Her stats in today's match, sabi nga natin yung balance. That's what they needed to get this win against CREAMLINE.
Second straight game with 22 points for Trisha Tubu. She has not played a game where she hasn't scored in double digits, but like what Ann mentioned, that's not even her conference high. Conference high is 30. Her career high is 34, just so you know. From Santa Rosa, we go back to San Juan on Thursday, and we kick things off with the Chameleons, who are right now tied with the Foxies at 4-4 in the standings, going up against the high-speed hitters, who are already in the qualifying round. Meantime, the Flying Titans, Thunderbells, both coming off losses, so they're going to try to bounce back in that match. Second game of your doubleheader on Thursday. Bea de Leon and the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, their first back-to-back matches that they've lost in the All-Filipino Conference. Meanwhile, for these Foxies, this is their second 2-game winning streak as they go climb out to a 4-4 in the standings. Thanks for watching our coverage of the AFC here on Signal. For Ann, Lex